I thought I would give a follow-up to my sleep study. I wasn't aware that I hadn't done that. Um, it went better than the first time, where I didn't sleep all night. I guess I slept maybe a couple of times briefly, and the tech was able to tell me that he thinks that there's enough information there for them to make a diagnosis. So it was a much better experience, as I have written on Facebook. The first time I had this done, it was like in a small little alcove room with a single, almost like a cot as I recall, and a camera on a tripod. And this time it was in a rather deluxe hospital room with a private bath and an adjustable queen-sized bed with a Tempur-Pedic mattress and a flat-screen TV, everything remote control, and the camera was this high-tech thing mounted on the ceiling. It's much more comfortable experience, and I think that added to my being able to sleep this time. So, at one point he brought in a couple of masks for a CPAP machine for me to try, and I didn't like either one of them. I found the forced air made it very easy to inhale, but I thought it made it more difficult to exhale. And I began to feel like I was smothering. So we didn't do that again for the rest of the evening. And the tech kind of said that we'd leave that for the doctor to sort out. I had a friend on Facebook tell me, who uses the CPAP machine, that I guess there's some type of gauge that you can start off with a lower level, I guess, of forced air and gradually build yourself up. So we'll see. It takes 3 to 5 days, I think he said, for the doctor to get the results. So we'll see what he says. Busby scared the crap out of me earlier today. He was asleep under the piano, which he likes to do, when all of a sudden he screamed. It sounded like tires squealing on pavement. And he came running into the room, and I thought, oh my God, what's wrong with him? I checked him over. He was fine. He seemed a little sheepish, so I don't know if he had a nightmare. I'm hoping he didn't have some type of little heart attack or something, but as you can see, he's running around barking, acting just fine. So maybe he had a nightmare, I don't know. But it scared the crap out of me. That's about it. I don't think I have anything else to do. I did Jasmine's tag, as I recall. These next 3 to 4 days are supposed to be extremely hot. We're supposed to be in the 90s, if that's Fahrenheit. So I'm trying to keep things well watered. We're kind of drying out now after having a very wet May. We're now starting to dry out. We haven't had rain in a while. So I'm trying to keep things watered. It's kind of difficult to keep the grass watered without digging out the sprinkler. So I've moved my sweet gum bonsai to the shade. It's on the table next to Birdie over there. Because it seems like every day I'm using my water tester. It's dry. The sweet gum is dry. It's the only one of the 4 bonsai to be dry. The juniper is always wet, and the sweet gum is always dry, and the scotch pine and the elm are in between. More like where they should be. So I've been watering the juniper a lot less, and I'm having to water the sweet gum every day. And I was just thinking, maybe it needs to be out of full sun and into the shade, so it will get some shade, some sun. So that's why I moved it over there. Maybe it will help to keep the soil moisture longer. But then I was reading about it, and I read that one guy that I read said that, yeah, that's what you should do. And I also read that a sign of sweet gums being in too much sun is that the tips of their leaves will turn black, and mine have. I've noticed that. And I guess that's when the pot heats up and the roots touch the pot, a hot pot. I guess that can cause the leaves to, the edges to turn black. And it advised taking them out of full sun during summer, so that's exactly what I did. But then I read on other sites and it says sweet gum want full sun. So I don't know. You read, one person says one thing and you read something else and somebody says something else. Well, my sweet gum soil is dry every day, and the tips of its leaves, I think it turns more purplish than black. But it's got a tinge to it, so I'm going to do what that one guy says and move it out of full sun and over there where it will get shade and sun. See if that's better for it. That's what I decided. Okie doke. Well, that's it. Hope everybody had a good week. And here we go into the hot weekend. Bye.